Doesn't it feel great to be alive? What's up, baseball? YouTube baseball fans. Hope all you guys are having a great Friday Eve and a great Thursday so far. By the way, guys, happy beloved Friday Eve. You know, because get it, tomorrow is Friday, so we're on the eve of Friday. Tomorrow will be the eve of Valentine's Day. Tomorrow will be Saturday Eve, the weekend eve. I mean, it's just all good, fun and dandy and bippity boppity boo, just like that. But anyway, guys, in today's episode, we are basically only talking about two big things. Number one, I cut myself, ouch. All right, I scratched, like, when I was doing the two, I, scratched myself, and now I'm bleeding, so that's not a good thing. But we're going to talk about the newest signee to the Boise Hawks for 2026, and then we are going to talk about Clayton Kershaw and him playing for Team USA in the upcoming 2026 World Baseball Classic. All right, guys, so I was going to announce this in yesterday's episode, and I got so much talking into 2026 Boise Hawks spring training that it literally slipped my mind. So that is on me, baseball fans. But yes, guys, the Boise Hawks announced another re-signee yesterday for the upcoming 2026 regular season or 2026 Boise Hawks spring training. It is none other than right-handed pitcher Graham Edwards. So Graham Edwards, guys, was not a part of the Boise Hawks in 2025 spring training. He was with the Boise Hawks in the 2025 regular season. Literally, I would say 98% of the 2025 Boise Hawks season, Graham Edwards was actually a part of. The one part he was not a part of with the Hawks last year was Boise Hawks spring training. So if there's anything that will be new to Mr. Edwards this season in 2026, it would be Boise Hawks spring training. But Graham Edwards, guys, I think he like I said, it was 98% of the season with the Hawks last year he was a part of, and he was really solid in the rotation. He actually had a better ERA at Hawks Memorial Stadium last year than he did on the road. But what's really odd about it is he struck out more batters on the road than he did at home, but he had a better ERA pitching at home than he did on the road. So a little interesting thing on Mr. Graham Edwards. But I literally, guys, it slipped my mind yesterday, and oh my God, I felt so bad about it because I got all caught up in Boise Hawks spring training talk, which, by the way, is quickly approaching. And and by the time I got to the end of the talk of Boise Hawks spring training, I was like, okay, we got to move on and end the video. But so yeah, the Boise Hawks did re-sign Graham Edwards for the upcoming 2026 Boise Hawks spring training yesterday. So really, the news I am giving you guys is technically one day old. So it's not really the breaking news announcement, because it was announced yesterday. So there you guys have it, guys. The Boise Hawks have not announced anything today on a player or a re-signee. I think what the Hawks are doing, though, is at least once a week now, they are starting to announce players and all that. We actually have a couple more. We have at least 7 more players that are re-signees to get announced. So we hopefully the Hawks will fastly approach that. And if they can't do it quickly, then I'm just going to start announcing all the re-signees. And if I beat the Hawks to it, so be it. But yeah, Graham Edwards, guys, great guy, great dude. He's one of the most nicest down-to-earth guys you'll ever meet. But he's a very, he reminds me of Madison Bumgarner in one aspect. And that's the intensity and, like, the competitiveness on his face. Reminds me of Mad Bum. So I've not really said that a lot. Like, I don't compare a lot of players in the Pioneer League to MLB players, but Edwards, he has like the build, the amazing beard. I mean, I don't talk about facial hair on the channel, guys, but he has better he could grow a better beard than I can. And I beat the Hawks manager Sean Persky in a mustache competition last year. But yeah, I mean, Graham Edwards, guys, really good guy, and he's really solid on the mound. Like I said, he did strike out more guys on the road last year than he did at home, but he kind of had a better ERA at home. The only team that he struggled with at home last year was basically the Oakland Ballers, which that was a team, by the way, that won the Pioneer League championship last year. So, I'm really excited that he'll be back. It'll be his very first time ever in Boise Hawks spring training. And that's going to be like pure awesome. So there you guys have it. Graham Edwards is the next re-signee announced for the upcoming 2026 Boise Hawks spring training. Okay, and I only say spring training because every player that is coming into Boise Hawks spring training, whether they are a returning player or not, they have to earn their spot on the 2026 Boise Hawks opening day roster. And that is very, very important to note, by the way. So, but you know what? I have no doubt in my mind that Graham Edwards will more than likely walk into Boise Hawks spring training and make the opening day team. So, hopefully Graham Edwards gets his opportunity to pitch in either an exhibition game or a scrimmage game. Right now, we are scheduled to have 10 scrimmage games in Boise Hawks spring training, but not all 10 of them will be at Hawks Memorial Stadium. And some of those scrimmage games will not be open to the public. So if I will let all you guys know when that is announced. But yeah, Graham Edwards, guys, one of the best guys in our starting rotation last year is back. I mean, literally, I think he was listed as the number 3 starter in our 6-man rotation. He actually did move up to the number 2 spot in the starting rotation towards the end of the season. And all that. So it will be Graham Edwards' second year in independent baseball that I am aware of. But like I said, he was here 98% of the season last year, but he was not on the 2025 Boise Hawks spring training roster. So it is my honor and my pleasure to say welcome back to Boise Hawks baseball, Mr. Graham Edwards. We are more than thrilled and happy to have you. All right, guys, now we're going to talk about the one thing really that I wanted to talk about or address on the channel for a long time, and that is a MLB guy coming out of retirement. Yet alone, this is a guy that is without a doubt a future first ballot MLB Hall of Famer. We all know who we're talking about, a 3-time World Series champion with the LA Dodgers, none other than Clayton Kershaw. Now, we all know that Clayton Kershaw is going to be doing 2 things in 2026 that is huge in the baseball world. Number 1, he is going to be participating and pitching for Team USA in the upcoming WBC. It will be the very first time ever that Clayton Kershaw is actually going to participate and play in the World Baseball Classic. And then secondly, he is going to be working for NBC as an analyst for Sunday Night Baseball. All of you guys know that starting in 2026, for the very first time in over a decade, MLB Sunday Night Baseball comes to NBC or returns to NBC. So very excited about that. But my really main question and my main focus to talk about it is, him joining Team USA for the upcoming WBC. I want to ask you guys, this question. Do you think that Team USA manager Mark DeRosa is going to use Clayton Kershaw in the starting rotation or out of the bullpen? Because how Clayton Kershaw preps for the upcoming WBC is going to be unique, because he's not going to be at big league camp. He's not playing in Major League Baseball. He's simply basically retired as a player, but he's coming out to pitch one more time in the WBC. And this is at least one huge stage that he has never been on. But do you think that Mark DeRosa is going to use him in the starting rotation or out of the bullpen? Obviously, Team USA's manager Mark DeRosa's goal is to win the 2026 World Baseball Classic and do it for Team USA for only a second time in the history of the World Baseball Classic. I'm very intrigued and very excited for Clayton Kershaw. This is, at least one last time we get to see him pitch on the one stage he has never pitched on. And, obviously, I wouldn't mind seeing Clayton Kershaw start a game for Team USA. However, maybe I would like to see him start in an exhibition game. And the two exhibition games Team USA has is against the San Francisco Giants and the Colorado Rockies. So, I predict, at least, or I think, that Clayton Kershaw will be used more out of the bullpen role than in the starting rotation. But again, this is the one stage that Clayton Kershaw has never pitched on. And so it will be a little new to him. And I really think, when you look at this roster for Team USA, in a way, they are, they're like it's not like a dream team. It is a dream team. But, maybe, this could be a dumb question or a great question. Will Clayton Kershaw pitch in the WBC? Like, will he start a game, or do you see him more coming out of the bullpen? Obviously, there's a lot of answers to that. It's like we'll have to wait and find out and see. But I wanted to get you guys' input and intake on where do you see Clayton Kershaw's role for Team USA in the upcoming WBC.